Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some episode 5 excerpts from Street Dance Girl Fighter season 1. Now please note that a lot of my feedback is going to be tailored towards the context of the full episode reaction that I had done for Patreon. So if there's something that I say throughout the reaction that may feel a little bit strange or out of pocket compared to what you just watched, a lot of times it may be in reference to something else that was happening in the episode that I had made a previous point on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a watch. So at least analyze.
Are you ready, choice? Choice? 물이 올랐어 요즘 하는 건 꼭 신듯해 귀신하는 건 후회하는 건 물이 올랐어 요즘 하는 건 꼭 신듯해 귀신 모두 뒤에서 기도 후회하는 건 비가 여기네.
That was cool.
잘 나왔다.
뒤에서 기도 후회하는 건 비 그러면 또 공평하게 주지 집 앞에 없는 love all my ladies all day so hot don't know good 이러다가 나 싸가겠네 차차 내 등에 차차 내 등에
과감해 진짜?
내 등에
고! 헤이!
내 등에 발사 발사
She didn't drop it all!
발사 rocket
Oh, I got teary-eyed because she landed it. That's awesome. I like that. It is a bit simpler, at least on some of their choices. I do like that, though. That was cool.
Three, two, one.
와우 포인트가 들었어.
I can agree with that.
만족했어요.
3, 2, 1. Rock. Rock.
타고 날아가는 밑에 보는 빡빡
시작을 트레이드로 했어. 바로 시작했구나.
그만 너 좋을지 타고 날아가는 밑에 보는 빡빡 그래 귀여운 정수리 그만 너 좋을지 길은 떨어지면 들려 우주 정거장의 파킹 알다시피 내가 가는 길은 절대 안 막힘 All day so hot don't look good 이러다가 난 싸가겠네 차차 내 등에 차차 내 등에 3, 2, 1 발사 3, 2, 1 발사 Rocket
I love the fact both of them nailed their stunts. That's good competition right there, and that's what I prefer. Yeah, that's hook right there. So this, I'm assuming this is the, that's kind of choreo I think influenced by the track. That's gimmicky and cute. Yeah, that was cute. That was cute.
되게 재치 있고 센스 있고 잘 짰다.
That was cute. They have nice memorable moments about it. That's what's separating them right now is they have a lot of moments. I'm gonna try to cut out, like, if you notice that sometimes my thing cuts in and out, it's because sometimes there's ad blockers, or not ad blockers, there's ads that are in the video, and so it like pulls me away from the full screen. So I'm gonna have to edit this so much more than I normally do just from the website I'm on. It's okay though. Life. I have internet. It's fine. Going back here though, like, this was really nice. I will say out of the two, I think MISMOLLY had more memorable moments. Both of them were clean. Both of them did their stunts. So we can't say, oh, one of them didn't do their stunt or not. They both did their best. And that's what makes it fun, you know, and it makes it an actual competition. And I feel that out of the two, like I had mentioned, Miss Molly really brought it to a really great place, I do think.
선보일 수 있을까요?
경쟁도 경쟁이지만 퀄리티가 와 정말 왜 그러는 거야? 현아 언니 왜 그러는 거야? 왜 그러는 거야? 스타님들의 마음을 이번에 너 발사를 잘 못하겠어.
So, from the beginning, I mean, both of them also had a very similar color scheme too, and I think that's also what made it feel so similar. How they set this up in the beginning, I love the choice of having them drop back and then having her snake down more forward and having them peek around her on the sides. They go bring it back up. Love that. One choice, da-da-da. Yeah. Melting it down. I love that. Yeah, great performance. Sometimes that's enough. You know, you ain't gotta pop off in a way that most people do. You can just pop up right here like, you know? Really clean. I will say though that they're not exploring as many levels in this section of the choreo as I feel like could be helpful. Because in the beginning it was really nice. They established quite an extensive creative way of showing their levels. But here, because we have the choreography, the trade part, you can't do much about, obviously, because it's not their choreography, but I think it was a great choice for both of them to put theirs near the beginning instead of near the end, because however your trade, why can't I speak? You want your trade part to be cohesive, and sometimes when you set the tone of the entire set on the trade part, like what we saw from Miss Molly, it can work in your favor in how you build it from there versus trying to do stuff to puzzle piece to that trade part and then puzzle piece them out. So with this, it is really nice. Going straight into it, the ISOs were freaking sick. So they gave them more complexity. That was their attack to them here. And then they pushed through. But then this right here, this way more, that was very complicated in the beginning, and then they took it more simplistic near the tail end. That was H's demise with the fact all of it was simple. It was so, like, aggressively simple to the BPM and the tempo, which I was so unfortunate for them. But here, we really got to see a more, really great, complex start, and then we got to see him chill out into more of grooves near the tail end, so it doesn't feel like they were setting him up for failure, which I'm always appreciative of. Nice little farmers that they did, but it is still, that felt a little bit more in slow motion compared to the caliber that they set it up with. The all day, and then having one of them near the front and everybody else tailoring to the back is nice to have that moment. That little, having them up and she goes da da da, and she's like da da da. That was a nice choice of a rocket usage. Yep, it's having the ta ta, they built it in, ta ta, repeated it, set it up. Now, I will say though, that I feel like I do say that sentence similarly very often. So I apologize if I say the same start of a sentence. It's tricky not to when I'm looking at the same criteria with the same type of groups for an extensive period of time. So I will try my best to extend my vocabulary to make it more creative and colorful. Anyway, seeing this here, I see my two in front. A lot of times when you have people in the front, they cover up whatever you're setting up in the back. They're technically not, because you see what's happening back here. It is nice that we get to see her run. It makes me look forward to what she's about to do, but I really wish there was a different way that we were seeing those that she was about to walk on. Could be because I had just watched a whole excerpt of them prepping this part and making mistakes on this part, and then seeing them doing it successfully. It was really nice, and honestly, I'm surprised that she didn't get caught off guard at the fact that she did it right. That's the first time I saw her do it right out of all the takes they showed us, you know? So I would be proud too. She got there real quick. That was cool. Going here into that being and going through a more wave-centered body roll. Really smart choice there. It just changes up the textures from what we've already seen. Very nice. It is clean, I agree. There isn't a ton of, you know, levels outside of when they're setting up for group, or not setting up for groups, but they're setting up for a gimmick or they're setting up for a moment. But in the actual content, it does feel a bit like we need to add more layers to the content itself, not quite the transitions. The transitions are fine and the moments are fine, but just whenever they're having moments like in the trade part, but we know they can't control that. But in this moment, it is a little ragging too much on the unison or relying too much on the transitions into formations over showing levels. You know what I mean? Right here, this is a good example. Right there, would have been really cool to see people go down and then come right back up. That would have been a nice levitation kind of dynamic. That would have been nice to see. Love that part. That was nice seeing them drop back. Tailors into what we had seen already earlier when they set it up. And it is nice to see, even though other groups struggled with that kind of stuff, they thrived in it. It was cool to see them actively make that choice in their set. It's risky. They go through, I like the jump to transition over. It really shows, they're trying to showcase more airtime, which helps with the rocket concept. Looking in the sky, love that, having that moment where they're all in unison before they travel back over to the other side. But the same point stands. A lot of their unison choreo or choreo that they're doing together, which is the same, that's the same thing. They're not, besides getting into moments, they're not utilizing levels nearly as much as I feel like would have been helpful. I like that, you know, and Aiki makes a valid point. There really wasn't a ton of wow moments. Yeah, Monica's like, I'm content. And I think they did their best. Idea did their best. Very, very smart of them to start theirs at the beginning. Very smart. Yep. Really smart. And then having the energy here, da-da-da-da-da. Really nice build out. Honestly, I really like the choreography idea gave them. Molding it through very clean. And they go boom, pa, and how they have that accented movement. That's very impressive. I'm always impressed whenever we can see those dynamics so clearly, even though my quality is crap. Like my quality on my TV or my computer screen. I love that boom, 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 vibing through. Really nice. Da-da-da-da, Yeah, dun, 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 dun. So notice the other group, they did the same thing that she just built on with people. This is an example of you added layers to the content that you're adding everybody to. It's great choice. Great choice. Then we have this right here. The confidence right there that's another example, an exact example of the things that I wish that idea did, MISMOLLY did. Here, I didn't know how they were going to set up into it, and I didn't see it until they wanted me to see it. Boom, perfect. And it creates this really nice moment that what you see here, you don't get reactions like this if they see you setting up for something big. They didn't see it coming, and this is the kind of reward you get whenever you surprise your audience and your adjudicators. It's great. Great moment. Yeah, look at them. They're like, that was great. And I love having them have this. They're more like the smoke of the rocket that's blasting off. I love it. It just slowly separates the legs as she propels up. So glad the lift worked. I'm really glad the lift worked. It's just so fun. And she suctions back in. Really great transition back down. Then there's that key point choreo that I've seen, you know. I'm going to safely assume that is a part of Mino's choreo that he has for the track, because I saw it from both groups, just like I saw from Mad Dog with NCT's track. And the levels are still there. Really great having that. So not only are they having great transitions, great levels, gimmicks, like a different type of playing. They're like, wait, look, I love it's the commitment. I love it, looking around, not looking front, looking from side to side, really helping engage into what's going on. It helps people stay engaged whenever you can commit to the more difficult sections, like let's say showing unison, showing syncopation within a lot of your transitions and your movement quality in general. Also having your levels established, having really fun, risky lifts, and surprising people in how you choose to get in and out of them. It's whenever you can have these types of gimmicks and people don't think, oh, they're just eating up time. No, they're making an active choice to do this because they showed you that they could go a different route, but they're purposely going this route. And that's the kind of example you want people to feel for you. I love that energy. Really continuing to build it. Very gimmicky. Da-da-da. Bringing it back up. I love the usage here. It kind of was a little tailoring to hook a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. Bringing it down. Really fun. Sliding it in. Yeah. That was so good. The commitment. Dun, 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 dun. Pop off. I love it. I love it. That was so good. Yeah. Hook should be very, very proud. It was. Yep, that was fun. That da 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 da, and they go into a lock position. Really nice. And then they're maintaining the unison, but they're not staying in the same place for very long. They're transitioning it. There's always something happening throughout the whole thing. Levels. This is another moment. Look at this. We got multiple levels represented. We love to see that because it shows that they're being conscious of the depth as well as the width and the height. They're caring about the whole package, not just the front page, you know, and that's what I love seeing from groups. Love that, having the energy, boom, boom, da da da. And then right here, boom, like they're flying in the wind. I love that energy. That was really, really fun. For me, I would say MISMOLLY brought it. They delivered. I'm going to say they're going to win. Are they going to win in unison? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they will, but it's going to be, I'm going to give them the same, I'll say it's similar to H and Floor. H and Floor got 1 to 6. I'm going to say we're looking at a 1 to 6 on this one. That's my guess. We'll see if I'm close, or it's going to be unison. I think it's going to be pretty, like, they're pretty equal, but they really brought it on all of the elements that Idea was missing. MISMOLLY brought it, even though their caliber of how they're executing is similar, and that's the catch in all this.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more Street Dance Girl Fighter content, whether that's full episode reactions, season 1 or season 2 excerpts, I have that on YouTube, as well as early released on Patreon for you to glean and enjoy. I also have other dance contents, including K-pop, whether it's ATEEZ or XG or just miscellaneous groups that happen. I always early release there, and I also do Street Dance China full episodes, as well as D-League, which is Japan's official professional dance league. So that's all pretty fun and pretty awesome, and I hope there's something here that you're able to find that's enjoyable for you, and I definitely look forward to discussions that may come from this particular episode, because I know there's a couple of hot topics that were discussed, and yeah. So once again, I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.